This presentation will be on the sounds of English. First of all, to be able to speak, we need air. This slide shows how the respiration system works. Firstly, I'll start by naming the parts of the system. So there is the nasal cavity here and the oral cavity. These are the only points at which air can enter the body. The pharynx is next, which is the passageway leading to the windpipe. The windpipe is called the trachea. At this point, the air then divides into the lungs and into the bronchi. Phonation. This picture shows the vocal cords, which are located in the larynx that we saw on the previous slide. These vocal cords are essential to speak. At the top of the vocal cord is the epiglottis, which is the flap stopping solids and liquids going down the trachea. Then the vocal cords, true and false. True vocal cords vibrate for us to change the sounds we make, depending where they are. Men's are thicker and longer than women's, giving them a deeper sound. And the glottis is the gap in between the true vocal cords here. And then you can see the trachea at the bottom here. Articulation. What are active and passive articulators? Active articulators are ones that move to help us speak. Passive articulators are the ones that stay still. So this picture is to show the active and passive articulators. Active articulators are the ones that move. So we have the tongue and the lips, the glottis and the uvula. We then have the passive articulators, which are the upper and lower teeth, the alveolar ridge, the hard palate and the velum, which is the soft bit of the back of the hard palate. All of these articulators make sound by the way the tongue is positioned on them. Consonants. There are three main segments of speech that create consonants. These are place of articulation, manner of articulation, and voicing. Place of articulation. The place of articulation is where the tongue is positioned in the mouth when the air leaves the body. There are different places of articulation. These are bilabial, labiodental, alveolar, postalveolar, velar, and uvula, and then glottal. For example, to say the letter P, your lips will be touching each other, which is bilabial. Another example is the letter G, which is where the tongue is at the back of the mouth and is therefore glottal. Manner of articulation. The manner of articulation is where the airflow is completely stopped by position of the mouth and tongue. The different manners of articulation are plosive, nasal, lateral fricative, proximant, lateral proximant. For example, the letter P is plosive, as the air is stopped completely and built up before the letter is pronounced. Voicing. Voicing is made when the vocal cords are close together and vibrating to make a sound. The vocal cords here are open, and therefore an unvoiced sound would be made. Here the vocal cords are closed. If the vocal cords vibrate when a sound is being made, the sound will be voiced. Vowels. This is a vowel chart. Here shows how open or closed the mouth is, and here, these ones here, show where the tongue is in the mouth. So it's either at the front, the middle, or the back of the mouth. And if the tongue is at the front and the mouth is closed, this would be the letter E. So it would sound like E, like C.